it in there to like get some variety. 안녕하세요, 안녕하세요. It's Natalia and welcome to a day in my life as an influencer, social media content creator person in Korea. Boom. So today's video is in collaboration with the Seoul Tourism Organization, which is the same organization that invited me to Seoul Festa, which I have a video about that, as well as the K-pop concert back in July, which I have a video about that too. So yeah, so they invited me to all the events and they have asked me to show you a special place where you can get free hiking gear near Bukhansan. So we're gonna go do that today, as well as do some other YouTube work, because Natalia always has lots of work to do. Also, so today is Saturday, August 13th, meaning this video is gonna jump the line, yes, of many other videos that were filmed before it. Yes. But I told you I'm always behind, but this one is a priority video. So anyway, let's head out. It's basically like 4 p.m. already because Natalia didn't get up until after 1 because Natalia was staying up till 5 in the morning editing. Yeah.
아직도 난 여기 흐릿하게 또 희미하게 나의 아니 자주 난 어제 일처럼 선명하게 너의 흔적 없이 말리는 것 같아 일상 속에도 번져 그 색깔이 바래졌어 떠났지만 여전히 머물러 날 잡아주는 다가가도 멀게만 느껴져 I just wanna be with you right now 너의 기억 속에 남았어 I just wanna be
Hi, hello. So we've made it to the Seoul Hiking Tourism Center and I'm really close to your face because I don't want to be loud because there's such a calm atmosphere in here that I don't want to ruin it by talking. Anyway, I wanted to tell you that the Seoul Tourism Organization has made it really easy for not only tourists but also foreign residents to come and enjoy hiking here at Bukhansan. So this tourism center allows you to rent pants, shirts, shoes for free, and they have a variety of sizes. The only caveat is that you have to rent or reserve, if you will, the equipment 2 days in advance. And unfortunately, Natalia will not be hiking today because the weather is really bad. It's been like thunderstorming and flooding all week, and it's gonna be thunderstorming and raining all next week or this upcoming week as well. So Natalia was like just looking at the mountain being like, one day, not today, but one day. But yeah, just know that if you ever want to come hiking, you don't have to do any investing in equipment. You can just come here and go through an easy process to pick up whatever equipment you reserved, then go out to the mountain. Okay, I'm going to share the rest of the information with you guys outside because I really feel like I am disturbing the balance, the tranquility in the center. So. Oh my goodness, it was so quiet in there that I felt uncomfortable talking, but obviously like in order to promote the center I feel like I should talk in the center, you know? But I was like, oh, I don't know. Like, okay, so I came around 4:40, right? And most people when they go on hikes, they start early. Like the center opens at 9 a.m. and closes at 6. So like no one's going in there to go hiking now. They're coming in to like return their items that they borrowed. So I was just like, oh, I don't want to mess up the mood wiki. Anyway, so there are a few things that I wanted to add. So like I said, you will need to show your passport or your ARC like when you're picking up the items that you reserved, and they will keep it until you bring the items back, which is something that is so normal here for them to keep your ID, especially like if you go to museums and like borrow a headset or like an audio guide or something like that. So like don't feel uncomfortable leaving them with your ID. And then another thing I wanted to add is that after one use, they wash everything, they disinfect it, they sterilize it. Like you don't need to worry about it smelling like somebody else, if you know what I mean. But yeah, like I said, all links will be in the description box. The reservation process is all in English, so you don't have to be stressed about like it being in Korean or something like that. And yeah, I'm just like looking at the mountains and being like, dang it, why is the weather not great for like last week and this upcoming week? I'm just so sad. Anyway, come visit the center, go hiking, unlike Natalia. Also, we are gonna go to a bakery that is down the street because they have really cool bread, like really cool bread. I'm so excited. And while we're there, we are going to work on some of my influencer stuff. Yes, but I will tell you more about that in the cafe, you know, so I don't talk too much. So much green.
설레임 바꾸는 사람들 시간만 지나가 자신감 가지고 해와 그냥 천천히 들어가야 해 어쩔 때에는 무작정 들이밀기만 하지만 그런 거랑 차이가 있어 baby 동선을 타고 난 날아올라 동선을 타고 난 날아올라 동선을 타고 난 날아올라 동선을 타고 난
How is it that I picked another quiet place?
어디든 갈 거였어 밤바다 그저 그랬던 풍경들이 이제 보니까 아름다운 느린 걸음걸이 음식은 그냥 주전부리 여유 있으면 더 충분히.
So I got this dome like pastry because it looks a lot like a concha or a pan dulce if you're boring, and it low-key kind of tastes like one. I'm happy. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is actually open up Instagram and try and respond to as many DMs as I can within the next 20 minutes. And the reason I put a time limit on it is because I can spend hours just trying to catch up on DMs. So back in the day, like back in 2018, 2017, I used to respond to everyone's DMs. But now there are just so many, it's impossible for me to ever catch up. Like there's over 100 in my requests, which is just the ones that I've never ever, like for people that I've never actually interacted with. And then I have a general folder, which I think some people don't know this, but for influencers, like if you're categorized as a certain type of account on Instagram, you can have folders in your DMs. So I have a primary folder, which is where I put everyone that I personally know, like my friends and family, other creators, so that I can always see like their messages very easily, and Instagram notifies me when like they send me a DM. So general basically means like I don't get notifications if you send me a DM unless I open up Instagram. And the reason I put like most subscribers or most of you guys in that folder is because before, when I just had one folder, I would get DMs from you guys at like all times of the day and my phone was constantly going off, and I'd look at it, right? Because I don't know if it's like a viewer asking me a question about Korea or if it's like my mom sending me a reel, if that makes sense. So it made it really hard for me to focus on anything because my phone was constantly going off, and I didn't want to completely turn off notifications, right? Because if my mom texts me over Instagram, I want to see it. Or if like my friend sends me a message saying, hey, you want to go get coffee? Because a lot of my friends do like sincerely message me over Instagram instead of like Kakao Talk or something. So for the past few months, I have been so mentally exhausted with like just everything going on that I have not like been in the right mindset to be responding to DM requests like that. Like the little, not little, but like the amount of like influencer mental energy that I had in terms of like responding to DM requests or DMs in general has all gone to general. because those are like you guys that like I've already interacted with. So I feel like you're kind of a, I don't want to say a bigger priority, but I'm more likely to respond to you. And I know that might sound really discouraging to people who have never sent me a DM before or have become a follower recently, but I don't know, I was just not in the mental space to be responding to more DMs, especially because I get a lot of the same questions, so I'm just constantly repeating myself, and it can be really exhausting, I guess. But now that I'm like feeling better, it took me months, it's like months of like Instagram burnout. I'm going in and trying to respond to as many DM requests as I can. Yesterday I caught up on all the unread DMs that I had in general and in primary, and I'm gonna go into requests and see how many I can answer within the next 20-30 minutes. And if you're wondering why I'm gonna use my iPad to answer these instead of my phone, it's because it's a lot faster. I can just like, so yes, let's answer your guys' DMs. Okay, so when I check DMs, like from DM requests, usually I try to go up like and see all the times you guys have interacted with my like stories and stuff, or if you sent me past messages, and try to like answer any questions that you sent me before, even if it was like months ago. One of you interacted with a story from March and said, "I'm surprised you only have one IG story," and then like the emoji that's like, okay, but like facts. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I always have like 20 plus stories because I am annoying. No, just because I like post a lot of photography and I'm always doing Q&As, so like you have my responses and stuff. Oh, about the Q&As. Okay, so because I'm so bad with like responding to DMs because like mental health, I try to do the Q&As because everybody, not everybody, but a lot of you guys ask the same question. So when one of you asks them and then I respond to it on my stories, it's like I answered all of you at the same time. At least that's how I see it. So that's why there's always a Q&A once a month or whatever. But so I just counted and I responded to 18 of y'all within 30 minutes. I'm pretty proud of myself. And then I went up the thread to see if you guys had asked questions before and stuff. So I'm pretty proud of myself, and some of you guys have already responded. How are you guys so fast? It stresses me out with how fast you guys are. Anyway, okay, we need to move on and do some other influencer work now. Actually, can we do 7:45? Because it's gonna take me 40 minutes. I just realized it's supposed to be 7 and it, okay, so I just called up my friend Cherie, who you guys have seen like throughout many of my vlogs. She's gonna meet me at a cafe in Annam. So we can do some YouTube work together, because I saw on her Instagram that she's also doing her YouTube work, and I was like, let's do it together. So she's being really great, and she's gonna meet me in Annam, because Annam is like, so Annam is like on a line that's really close to the line that I'm on right now, like subway line. This is the only place we know on this line-ish that like has cafes that stay open really late, because it's already 7 p.m. I think it's gonna rain. I say that like the forecast didn't say it was gonna thunderstorm. Update. Hi, we have made it to Annam. Cherie, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi guys, I'm Cherie. I'm an English teacher here, and I also have a YouTube channel, and we friends.
We friends. We're chaotic friends.
When we meet up, things just get chaotic. So
that's why I had to call her. Yeah. You know, I was like, this vlog, it's just missing something.
Needed some chaos.
I needed some like Cherie sprinkles.
Yeah.
But we are gonna go see what time the Waffle Alley closes down this way. I don't know, I just haven't been, I haven't been down this way since I moved out of the dorm.
Wow.
Like almost a year ago.
Adventure.
I know. So I know that they added
Waffle Alley. So we're gonna hope and pray that it closes like at 11 because it's like 8:20 or something like that. So okay, we'll update you when we know more. Yes.
이별만이 정답일 테니 그동안 나 참 외로웠어.
Okay, so the Waffle Alley closes at 10. So we came to the good old Coffee Bean, which closes at 11. So when I was on the subway, part of the YouTube work that I did was move any pictures that I took today, like near Bukhasan, to my phone from my camera. So I posted that to Instagram because yes, I view posting to Instagram as YouTube work, as one should. And now I'm trying to figure out what I want to do next. So there's two things that I could do. I can work on a like Q&A highlight that you guys have been asking for. Like I'm doing one that's on like frequently asked questions in terms about like life in Korea. So I'll show you that in a moment. Or I could work on a life in Korea Q&A video, which I kind of already fleshed out. But I feel like there's still some information that I need to double check or like get some statistics because they were more like statistically based questions. Oh my goodness. Decisions. Oh yeah, decisions. Wait, we should ask Cherie what she's gonna work on. What are you gonna work on?
I'm gonna edit a video right now. Who knows how far I'm gonna get, and I'm gonna plan my fall content for Korea because fall is like my season, so I'm excited.
Yeah.
Also, can I like give a plug to my channel?
Go for it.
Okay, you guys need to help me out because this is like a top secret mission, okay? No, so basically a lot of my followers are males and they're really old and I'm uncomfortable with that. So come help a girl out if you're a girl and likes Korea. Please come subscribe to me.
Okay, so Cherie and I talk about this a lot because on my channel, 75% of you guys are females that are like similar age to us, and then there's Cherie's channel where like, was it 80?
70%.
70% of her viewers are males between the ages of like 50 to 60.
45 to 65.
45 to 65. And she's making English teacher content, so I don't know why.
Yeah. So please help a girl out, yeah? Subscribe. That's my shameless plug.
Go for it, it's fine. Okay, I need to decide what I'm gonna work on so I can actually talk to you guys about it. Try to throw it in there to like get some variety. Also So here is the story highlight that I'm creating. So this one is like life in Korea, frequently asked questions. So the first one that I put on here is how can I go about finding housing? So I have like my research on this side and I'm trying to find a nice way to put it on the template thing. But I'm thinking I should probably start off with a different question because this one is going to require so much information and like layout planning that I'm like intimidated by it. So I'm thinking I'm going to pick a different question that you guys have asked me before and then make a highlight for that. Cherie wants to say hi. That I have answered a few questions for the highlight and I made some progress on the housing question, which was the first question that I started, but I don't know, by the time this vlog comes out, none of these will have been posted. Cherie's probably laughing at me because nothing is ever posted. Anyway, because I want to make sure that I've said everything I want to say in these highlights, I have to work on it and then wait a week and do it, like read it again to make sure I said everything I want to say. If that makes sense, I need time to process because sometimes I forget stuff. But crazy? I'm not crazy.
She's very thorough and I'm not.
I am thorough.
I make fun of her.
This is why we're friends. Yes. I am gonna switch to watching content from potential collaborators and sponsors. So I have a few emails either requesting that I appear in a like on somebody else's YouTube channel or you know like to do some kind of sponsorship. So for these like brands and other creators, I'm not familiar with them, so I need to do research before I even respond to them. So I'm gonna spend some time watching content from other creators to see if you know we could work together in some form or fashion.
update. So it is 11 p.m. now.
Yeah.
And we're hungry.
Yep.
So we're gonna go find food, yes, at 11 p.m. We're gonna go to a poncha,
Yep.
which is basically like a place where people go to get drunk.
It's my favorite.
But they have really good food, and obviously, you know, they're open late. Sorry, I got really loud because there was a car. But I am so proud of myself. I answered one sponsor after like watching their content and stuff. Cherie and I planned a filming day.
Yes, we did.
Which is like centered around like what looks good on camera, what would you guys like, what are locations and like transit times. And then for my brain, I'm like, we have to have at least 3 main venues. And
I
Cherie,
didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah,
I
Cherie was
just
like,
film whatever.
Cherie's like, oh, yeah, I just go about my day like a normal person. And I'm like, no, there has to be one aesthetic cafe.
You're like hardcore. It's
Dude,
amazing.
I'm like, there has to be a freaking course that we are going on.
There's a
And
reason your videos are so good.
Thank you.
Number 1 fan. I'm sorry, no one can beat me.
Oh, that's a challenge. She's challenging you.
Yeah, I am.
But yeah, so we were talking about that, and I just wanted to throw it in there because it's not like, well, for Cherie this is different, but for me, when I'm thinking of what I'm gonna film, it's not like maumde. It's like not maumdero. Like I just don't go out, start filming. Like I have a plan of places we're gonna go and hit, because just because I want to do something doesn't mean you guys necessarily want to do something. So
yeah, and I just edited a video tonight, and in the video I was like, I wasn't planning on filming today, but then I just woke up and decided to.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Our different styles are
I
great.
don't do that. But yeah, we're gonna go find some din din. I just wanted to jump in and give you an update. So I got a highball. Cherie, what did you get?
I got cola.
She got a cola because she doesn't drink. Oh my goodness. Yay! Look at this. Nice. Hello, welcome to the mini Q&A portion of this video. Oh my goodness. So originally when I was filming the vlog portion of this video, I thought that it was gonna be very short, to the point where I was like, oh, I should add a Q&A to make it longer and like share more information about being a content creator in Korea. But now that I've actually edited the vlog portion, I realized that it's very long. I don't know how that happened. I hope you gained like some insight into being a creator through the vlog portion, which is what I originally intended. But now I have a ton of questions that I asked you guys on Instagram for about being a YouTuber, making Instagram content, all that jazz that I would like to answer. However, I don't want to make you sit through a 50-minute video. So I'm going to answer a few questions here, and right after I do that, I'm going to film a separate Q&A video about being a content creator in Korea for you. I don't know how this happened. Poor planning. Anyway, let's jump into your questions about making content in Korea, shall we? Yes, also, I will link the Q&A video about being a content creator here once it comes out, because this vlog will definitely come out before the Q&A does. So the first question that you guys asked me was, what camera do you use? And do you recommend it? Or what cameras do you recommend? So the camera that I use for vlogging is this one. This is my Canon G7X Mark II. So it's not the most recent version of this camera, but it is the one that I have. And I've been using it for almost 4 years. Yeah, it'll be 4 years in November. So I love this camera. It's great. I highly recommend it. In terms of its strong points or reasons that I love it, it's small, it's light, it's so portable. I can just stick it into my purse and go. In addition, the zoom is really great. Like it's so smooth. It's so smooth. And you don't appreciate a good zoom until you have a camera that doesn't do a good zoom. So this is great, especially like for photography as well, like as I'm going out and about. If I had to change something though, I would say the autofocus could be a little bit faster. 1, 2, I would love to have a mic jack so that I can attach a little microphone so I could have better quality audio. And 3, sometimes, or not sometimes, all the time, like the camera's constantly trying to focus and make sure that like, you know, everything is like clear, right? There's like a slight buzzing sound. So whenever I'm in a very quiet environment, you can hear the buzzing. It's like a which I've never said before in any of my videos because I didn't want you guys to hear it and then not be able to unhear it. But because you asked, I'm going to tell you. I don't know if it's just my camera or if it's like all cameras do that and I just never noticed it in anyone else's footage, but if you are looking at getting one, I would suggest you get the Mark II like me, not the Mark III, which is the newest version. The Mark III, while it has like a mic jack, the autofocus is said to be not so great compared to the Mark II. So, I mean, do your own research, but I would say go for the Mark II. The other camera that I use for making content is the one that I'm filming on right now, which is a Canon EOS M50. So this is a camera that has like a removable lens, which is the original reason that I got it. So for this one, I have like the kit lens, which I'm using right now, and a like wide angle lens, which I don't tend to use that often actually. But yeah, I mean, I like this camera. It's great for sit down videos. I can attach my mic that I'm using right now. However, I found that it's too bulky to like go out vlogging with, which is the original reason I got it, was to vlog on it with the wide angle lens. So Cherie films on this same camera, and I mean, if she can do it, you can do it if you want to. But overall, if you guys are trying to get into like making YouTube videos, you really shouldn't be investing in a camera, in my personal opinion. Just go with your phone. That's how I started out. I made content on my phone for several years before finally like biting the bullet and buying a real camera. So please don't spend money on anything other than maybe like a tripod to like get your phone to go up and above and things like that. Because a lot of people start YouTube and then realize that they hate it. So please don't waste your money on something that you don't even know if you're gonna actually enjoy or not. In terms of cameras that I would recommend, obviously, I recommend my Canon G7X Mark II. Another camera that I was looking at when trying to determine if I wanted to buy a camera or not for YouTube was the Sony RX107. Yes, so that one, it's about the same size as this one. It's like a point and shoot camera. The main thing that attracted me to the Sony camera was the autofocus is super fast. Like, it's so fast. However, in the end, I got the Canon one because the Sony was most definitely out of the price range. I mean, this camera is also expensive. I think I paid about $800 for this camera with like a little kit in terms of like, it gave me like a protection case, a little SD card, and extra battery and stuff like that. But yeah, $800, and then the Sony camera was even more, and I was like, yeah, no, as a college student, I cannot afford to be like paying more than $800 for a camera. Another camera that I would suggest you guys look into if you're in the market for like a vlogging camera is the Sony ZV-1. So it's a newer camera, it's meant for vlogging, it has like a mic jack, it's also small and portable. What mic do you use, and how long did it take you to get the camera settings down for YouTube? So I use the Deity V-Mic D3 Pro. That's a mouthful. It's like a nice big mic. I want to say it's about this long. Yeah, and it's pretty thick too. But it's great for like these sit down videos. I can adjust the volume or like the sensitivity of the mic. I can add a filter to it so it doesn't pick up like background noise. It's really great. I love it. And in terms of camera settings, I actually don't mess around with my camera that much. I mean, I probably could get more out of it if I learned how to mess with the settings, but honestly, I just mess with the ISO on both my cameras. So that would be like the brightness. Okay, that's not the actual definition of ISO, but if you were to ask an amateur like me, it determines like how much light it lets into the picture, so like how bright the picture is. And then on my M50 here, I like to mess with the colors, so sometimes I'll make it a little bit more blue, or a little bit more pink and blue, instead of being like more orange and green. How long does it take you to finish a video? So I will go into detail about this in the Q&A that I'll make for like being a content creator, because I have filmed this response before and I want to say it took me 10 minutes to explain the whys. But the short answer would be it takes me less than 5 hours to plan, depending on the video. Then 2 to 3 hours for an informational video in terms of like filming time. And then obviously if it's a vlog or a travel video, it's all day. And then when it comes to editing, all my videos take me from 20 to 40 hours to edit, depending on the type of video, how long the video is in terms of like, is it a day in my life, a week in my life? Is it an informational video that's 40 minutes long? All types of factors, especially when it comes to like adding text on screen, adding B-roll, making overlays and things like that can take up a lot of time. So 20 to 40 hours in editing. And then of course, posting actually takes some time too. You have to make the thumbnail, write the description, add in any links for places that you went to, as well as any videos, like links to videos that you might have mentioned in your video saying like, oh, I made this video, you should check it out. You have to add that in there. If you add captions, that takes even longer, like add several hours. And then of course you have to promote the video on your Instagram, on your Twitter, on whatever platform you are using to connect with your supporters or subscribers. It takes a lot of time. I think it takes a lot more time than people expect it does. What do you use to edit your videos? The editing software that I use is iMovie. Yep, I use that basic software that comes with all Apple products. That's what I've always used to edit my videos. It's comfortable, it's convenient, it's really simple and easy to learn how to use if you just like watch tutorials on YouTube. Like that's how I learned how to do everything that I do in my videos, is through YouTube. And then I use Canva, which is a website for graphic design. So I don't have any graphic design skills, but Canva's made it really easy for me to add text to my YouTube videos, to add illustrations, to do all types of things, basically. And then I've also used Canva to make thumbnails, which I don't use it anymore, but I used to use it a lot. Like for several years I was using Canva. So Canva has a free version and a pro version. I use the pro version. It's really good. I recommend you guys try it out. Even if you start with the free version, like the free version is also really great. The other thing that I use to edit my videos is the Procreate app on my iPad. So Procreate is basically like an illustration artwork app. So basically anytime you see something that looks like super like hand drawn in my videos, that was the Procreate with me, drawn with my Apple Pencil. So lately all my thumbnails have been made on Procreate because I switched to like a handwritten style, as well as like just like bubble letters and stuff like that. So in my intros you've noticed lately that I switched to doing like handwritten stuff. That was all made on Procreate. Do you ever run out of content or places to visit for videos? No. Actually, I have a humongous, oh my god, I have such a long list of places and video ideas. It's more about, like, rather than trying to come up with an idea for YouTube, it's more about being in the right mindset or the right, like, mind space, if you will, to film that particular video. Like, there's so many videos I want to film, but when it comes to, like, an actual filming day, I'm like, I don't really feel like filming that video, or like I'm not really in the mood to talk about X, but I know I want to talk about it at some point. And I think that's what it is for most YouTubers, because I've talked to my friends about it too. We all have like lists of videos that we want to create. It's just like either having the time to film them or like being in the right mood to film them. Because even back when I was a Korean language YouTuber, like a study YouTuber, I had a list of videos I wanted to make that I just never got around to making for one reason or another. Do you ever feel obligated to do something interesting for content when you don't want to? Oh yes, all the time, yes. So there are times where I want to film a video, but I know that it won't look like what I'm gonna do isn't gonna look good on camera for one reason or another. Or you guys won't find it interesting, or it's gonna be a lot of like talking and not a lot of showing Korea. Because let's be real, most of you guys don't watch me for me. Those of you that do, thank you. But most of you watch me because I'm simply in Korea. Most of you watch my content because you want to see what life at Korea University looks like. You want to see what life in Korea as a student looks like. You want to see what Korea looks like. You're not watching to watch me. So I have to keep that in mind when I am making content. I have to think, okay, what do my viewers want to see? They want to see campus. They want to see aesthetic cafes. They want to see other cities. They want to see places to hang out in Korea. They probably want to see some of the nightlife in Korea. Things like that. So I can't say like, oh, let's film a video going to tons of different museums all in one day, let's say. Like, if I go to 3 or 4 museums in one vlog and that's it, most of you guys are gonna be like, this is a really boring video. While yes, one museum in a vlog is great, several back-to-back, not so great. So I have to kind of like plan things out in terms of like, okay, museum, and then we can go to a pretty cafe or really pretty like restaurant, and then we should go somewhere with shopping, or we should go somewhere that includes a lot of like people. This was a really, really good question. I was really surprised that one of you asked this, but after recording, do you save everything? Should I do that? Yes, I save absolutely everything. Yeah, I save all the raw footage to my vlogs because I use it later. So if you guys remember, I came to Korea in January of 2019 for a month, just like as a graduation trip that I took. And I vlogged every single day, with the exception of I think 2 days. Okay, so maybe not every day, but like basically every day for a month. And I used that footage in sit-down videos like this one to say like, oh, in Korea there are really cool places in Hongdae, and then I would use footage from those vlogs to show Hongdae. Or I would say like, oh, when my friend Green and I visited Yosu, and then I would show footage of Green and I in Yosu. The only footage that I don't keep is sit-down video footage like this one, simply because it takes up way too much storage. Like way too much storage on my external hard drive. So yeah, I guess it really depends. Do you think you're gonna use it? Regardless, I think you should always save your finished video to an external hard drive, to a USB, somewhere other than YouTube, you know, just in case something happens. If YouTube, like, I don't know, if they have some horrible error and everybody's stuff is just deleted, have it saved somewhere, okay? So this is where I will stop this Q&A because I don't want this video to get too long. However, I will have a different Q&A, a separate video Q&A about this stuff with more questions, because I did end up skipping a few, so this part didn't get too long. So I'll see you in that video later. I hope you found this video in general helpful if you're looking to create content. If you are a content creator and you just wanted someone else's perspective on things. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Tell me bye, guys. Bye!